Hello, guys. We are back. Guess what time it is? March Madness. Yes. So, like we said, we're shooting the show about March Madness. So we're men of our words.
3 days later.
3 days later, yes. So
Thanks for the 9 views. Probably me and Andre. Thank
I
you.
know I saw it 3 times.
Damn.
Only saw it once. Only saw it once.
Didn't
So
see it.
this is going to be
Go
a
peep that
great
show,
tournament
by the
too.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go back to the show
Go
and,
peep.
and watch it and just
Free agency, NFL. That's really what we care about. This
know.
this is for fun. It's off season. We gotta talk about something and
we do.
keep the craft.
This is a good time of the year though. I love the March Madness because you never know what's going to happen. It's madness,
yeah.
literally.
And we're gonna give you the round of 64 games. We won't give you round of 32, but we might come back next week. We got the Masters coming up in a few weeks. We might give you some Sweet 16 picks. Elite Eight, probably not, but then we might, circle back around Final Four. But today we are going to give you our Final Four initially. So
Yes.
stay tuned.
So that's going to be important. Let's start off with the number one seeded teams. Okay, you have Uconn, North Carolina, Purdue, and Houston. All deserved number one seeded teams. Okay, most of these teams pretty much dominated throughout the season, so they earned their spots.
Yep.
Okay, now how do you want to start this? Because I want to start. Let's start off with our upsets in the first round. Can we do that?
Yeah, you can give a couple. Yeah, I'm just going best bets, but
Best
yeah,
bets?
by all means, yeah.
Okay,
And I mean, my best bet is technically an upset in the bracket.
Yeah, most of mines are one and the same. Most
Okay,
of them.
yeah.
Now this one is not really an upset, but it is probably one of my best bets. Nebraska against Texas A&M. Nebraska seeded 8th. Texas A&M is seeded 9th.
Yep.
1.5 favorites. Nebraska is, but I got Texas A&M winning this game. One of the main reasons is they are a great rebounding team, and Nebraska is not. And Texas A&M is getting hot at the right time. They're shooting better their 3-point shots are going in now, and plus they rebounding. I mean those are big things in the tournaments. I realize Nebraska is a very solid team. We've seen them in the Big Ten. We know what they can do, but
They beat MSU.
They beat MSU.
That's a quad 2 win.
Right. So I'm taking Texas A&M for that one, and I'm telling y'all right here now, I am putting money on that.
That's the
putting
one.
money on that one.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones.
Yeah, my favorite upset, which I'm gonna bet in the tournament, they're favored in this game. It's out in Pittsburgh, I believe. New Mexico Lobos.
Okay.
Rick Pitino's son.
Mm-hmm.
Over Clemson in this spot. Undeserving of a 6th seed. Lobos are long. They play a lot of defense. If Clemson can't shoot from 3, it's over. Because they're not going to be able to get inside on these guys, and vice versa. They might just have their way in the paint with them as well.
Right.
I think that's a very good pick.
I like that one.
Book's kind of telling you, too, 1.5, 11 seed over a 6.
Yeah, man.
That's
is true.
the
That's
one I
very
like.
telling right
So
there.
that would be my favorite one. Even though I don't know much about these teams, I'll be honest. Don't know much about college basketball, full transparency.
Yeah, I have not. I got into it, I'm going to say this weekend. And I was able to watch some games, some teams, and I'm like, okay, they look like they may be some trouble.
I don't have names. I ain't got much. I
But
know.
I have
I
no
know
names.
MSU's team. I got that for
Hey,
you. We'll
as
talk
long as you
about
know your
them
team.
because 100 to 1 to win the tournament. By the way, might be a
you
solid
took-
bet. Long shot. Seen it at 164 on DraftKings if you use the profit boost. So
You grabbed that, baby.
I haven't grabbed
Fast.
it yet, but that's there.
Okay.
It's there for you.
Well, I got another one, too, and this is probably, it's a common one. Wisconsin, which is number 5 seeded,
Yeah.
against James Madison, number 12 seed. So you got your 5 and 12 going on. They're favored. Wisconsin's favored by -5, 5.5 in most spots, but I got it at 5. I like 5.5 though because I'm picking James Madison.
Yeah, I like
Now,
that. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna pick them for the win, but I think they cover.
They beat MSU opening
They
game
did.
of the year.
Yeah, they did.
And that was we were shocked they were 10-point dogs in that game.
Well, they can shoot the three. They're a very dynamic team. They went 30-3 in their conference.
Yeah,
which is
they run guys. Yeah,
yeah.
And people said that to me at the beginning of the year. Like that team like went up into the what do they call that, like Division 1 or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't think they were D1 prior.
That's a good question. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah,
don't get me to lying. But I know I remember when they beat Michigan State, because I think we were talking about that game before it actually happened. Like, oh, okay, Michigan State should run all over these boys.
Yeah.
So they're a solid team. So I got them. I definitely got them covering the spread. I might pick the upset on that. I'm not for sure yet, but definitely got them covering this.
Okay. So power to the mid-major teams. Except in this instance, for me, I think my second favorite bet, and this is the team I got going to the Final Four. Creighton in the first round over Akron, -12.5. Akron kind of lucked out against Kent State in their final, where the Maction.
Mm-hmm.
Mac versus, a real team that's going to suffocate them. They're going to suffocate these guys. Just much longer, taller, can shoot good too.
Yeah.
Creighton 12.5 over Akron. I think that's a solid bet.
I like that. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that one, I don't like taking the big, 20 points. I don't know if you're gonna take Uconn here. 26.5. If you want that action.
I might take some of that action just because UConn is a very dominant team.
You remember back in the day, though, those teams would get ran by like 50 points.
Yeah, man. It happened quite frequently. I mean, now because everything is sort of getting,
the mid-majors are improving.
Everybody's improving, so especially the mid-majors.
And then NIL.
Yeah, and the NIL has
NIL's changed the game because all those guys are going pro.
Yeah. It's even ground now. It's more even. Yeah. So you never know. That's why I got this one. Kansas seeded 4th against Samford, which is seeded 13th. 7.5 favorite Kansas is. I got Samford covering the spread. Maybe upsetting Kansas because Kansas is going through some injuries. Your boy Hunter Dickinson, the former Michigan player, he's hurt. He probably won't play the whole tournament, they're saying. Kevin McCullough is also hurt. So they're going through some changes in Kansas, and I've checked them out a couple times this year. They're decent, but I mean they're beatable though. And this Samford team, they can hit the threes. Check this out: Samford has beaten this year. They beat Houston, UConn, and Baylor. So yeah, it's like they did that. 13 seeded though, So
that's kind of crazy. I'd still pass. Like that's a total. Like I would take Kansas.
Still,
like with the points, yeah. Just because everyone's reading into the tea leaves.
I'm reading into this particular.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not saying like you're not wrong. For me, I'm like I'll eat crow when they lose. I like Kansas still, just in the tournament. They always are like a Sweet 16.
They usually are.
They
usually are.
Write them in when you're doing your bracket.
But these injuries, though, man, that's a huge injury. Hunter Dickinson, I mean, he was one of their top guys. He was the top guy in Michigan.
Yeah.
I kind of was pissed that he transferred because I felt like Michigan would have had a pretty okay team, a better team.
And everyone's looking. Now. Yeah, and everyone's looking at that in the Gonzaga, McNeese State.
That's another one I got.
That's
I like that one.
I pass on both those. I couldn't bet either of those.
Well, the inside information is that Gonzaga McNeese State game is out west in Utah, Salt Lake City. So I don't quite like that for McNeese State. Mm-hmm. I'll have to see what's up with that, but I do have this as one of my upset bids though.
Okay.
It's a 6.5 Gonzaga favorite, but again, McNeese State hits. They shoot threes. They hit them threes, and they don't turn the ball over. So I'm quite sure they probably have some dynamic guards as well. So That's usually the formula for something good in these tournaments.
Yeah.
Shoot the three, have
three.
decent guards, don't turn the ball over.
Or just giant, long guys like FAU last year.
True indeed.
San Diego State.
They can D it up.
Huge, long guys that just suffocate you.
Yeah, I like that too.
And that's why I like Creighton. I'm going to go to a game. This is going to be my final best bet. So I gave you two. These are ones I'm going to bet. I'm certain in my conviction on these three.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of bets made for the tournament. Nothing major. Not putting my life on the line here, but so we give you New Mexico 1.5 over Clemson. We give you Creighton 12.5 over Akron. You know, these are dirty. But I'm about to give you the dirty one. Charleston. We might be able to get this at 10. We hope it goes to 10. 9.5 over Bama. Either this team loses by 30 or they win the game.
Okay.
Which isn't saying much, but they can probably run with these guys. Bama runs a high-paced offense. They can shoot it well. They're not a great rebounding team. Charleston, same way. It's just, they're like the little brother to Bama if I had to compare. Like, they're just going to be a team that's going to be able to run with them. And if they shoot well enough and Bama doesn't, just run the floor with them.
Yeah.
I like them to cover this number. Possibly win the game. I'm not saying bet them to win the game. Bet the 9.5.
Well, we already know it's definitely going to be some upsets.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
Yeah. Me and you. What do you want to put the number on for upsets? We're gonna count it anything that's 10 seeded and higher as an upset. How many will there be? I say 8.
I'm gonna say 5.
5. Okay.
And we'll write that down.
Yeah. I'll say 8. It's usually mayhem. Like a quarter of the games just flip itself on their head.
Yeah. Well, we both know that we're going to see some crazy stuff, man.
I got all the 11 seeds basically winning this year, so there's like 3 right there to me. And then I like James Madison. I like UAB. I could see there being like 5 right there.
Yeah.
And then there'll be 1 or 2 that I'm not expecting. Like somehow Creighton will lose to Akron, and I cry. We can't say 8-9 seed games because obviously MSU's in that pool too. But
yeah. I heard that there's going to be $8 billion in terms of betting.
Yeah. Yep.
$8 billion?
Twice as much as the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man.
So big money goes to these games. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just like guys just putting the house on like Uconn minus 9,000 against
Probably
Stanford.
so.
Then you're banned from the book. You're like, yeah, I put $100,000 on this to win. So you'd have to put $10,000 to win $100.
Yeah.
Okay, $100,000 isn't getting you but $1,000. Congratulations.
And you could lose that 100 G's too. That's the whole thing, man.
UConn ain't losing to Stetson, but I mean, it's happened twice. It's happened twice. And,
well, I mean, to take the whole thing though, like to take, to win the whole.
Oh yeah, some guys are placing. Yeah, you get the Mattress Mac guys that are like, I threw $500,000 to UConn, and it's just like some weird hedge for a mattress promotion or whatever the fuck he does.
Well, usually too, man. Like March Madness, everybody. Participates. Like if you might have a bracket, you at work. Okay, we're gonna pass out the brackets, guys. You know what I mean? Grandma might be doing that,
and that's why we made this a betting show.
Yeah.
I thought about this. I was like, we could have did a bracket. We could have did a screen grab record. Me and you just going through the games. Ain't no one doing that shit no more. We're all betting the game. That's why the money's so high. That's where all the brackets went. It went to just betting the games.
Yeah.
And I think just giving out my best plays for it, it's more valuable than me being like, here's the bracket and how to beat .00. Go watch the Rick Run Good video. He puts one out every year. He's usually in the 99th percentile because he just knows what he's talking about.
It's so hard, though, too.
He just game theory.
Yeah, but we're all guessing here. I like to, fundamentally try to pick each, if I'm betting a game.
Yeah.
My eyes are, for me anyway, I think are better. Just for me to specifically kind of break the stuff down. It's hard to do in a tournament. Like, oh, okay. Because if you're one team off, your whole bracket could be messed up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm just like, I'll just I'd rather give numbers out at a point in time than like, here's my bracket. If you really want to see my bracket, Well, I'm about to have 20, not 20 of them, but I got probably 3 of them.
I'm gonna have a solid 3
ones.
of them.
I'm gonna have a
Yes,
solid
for sure.
3, and they're all a little bit different.
Yeah. That's
the way
the
it
same
goes.
for me. And sometimes I'll put one bracket, and it's the same for everything.
Yeah, or you do like the free pools and shit. You know,
I
what
do the
mean?
free
I'll
pools
do
too
those
sometimes.
Yeah, look for the free pools. They're out there. You know.
And that's when I pick anybody because you
Yeah.
just never know.
Okay, so do you want to go to our not so confident bets now?
Do I have any?
Well,
of course I do.
Okay, well, we'll go to our second tier bets.
The second tier bets?
Yeah, we'll move that. We'll move the chains along with that.
Okay, I can do the second tier bets for sure. I got a couple second tier bets that I'm not, fully
Continuity. Oh well.
on the it's just I got a feel for it, but I'm not feeling it as good as more than the ones I picked.
That's what I said. It's like our top tier. Like those are the ones that count. Those 3 are the ones that count for me. These other 3 might not want to listen, but we're gonna have some fun.
I'm on the fence. Okay, my first one is NC State versus Texas Tech. Texas Tech is favorite 4.5. But I'm going to take NC State. I like the way they looked against North Carolina.
I did, yeah. They won the ACC, yeah. Like, it's an instant, like, yeah, that's where I look to.
Now, Texas Tech is no slouches, though.
I look for them
They've
to
been
upset,
playing well.
yeah.
But I think NC State will at least cover the spread, cover that 4.5.
Yeah, for me, and that's the thing. That's why I stay away from it, too. It's like you have that crazy emotional high from winning
that's true.
A tournament you had no business winning.
That's true. I thought about that, too.
And you have turned around to now the tournament that actually really means something.
Yeah.
And are you going to go lay an egg out there? Where are they playing at? Do you know what
Where's
city?
the emotional state at? Oh.
If you don't know the city, we can move along.
I'll get back to you on that.
Oh, okay, cool.
you can get yours going.
Yeah, I'm just going to go on a rant while you look that up. Michigan State, -1 now at this point. It opened at 2.5. I think all the bet percentage is, people, the masses are betting MSU. The sharps are betting Mississippi State. As I said, this is my second team in the Final Four.
Right.
Michigan State is making a run, you guys. AJ Hogard, Tyson Walker. We can just go down the line. Carson Cooper, Matty Sissoko, Trey Holloway, Jordan Akins. They got guys. They're like a deep team. They're just not any good.
Right.
Can they power 3 wins against Mississippi State, who beat the shit out of a good Tennessee team? Probably North Carolina would be their next draw. And they're probably going to then draw like St. Mary's or something. My answer is, at 100-1, I like their odds.
Okay.
And then, yeah, like I said, you get a little profit boost in there. You get them at like 150-1, like... They're a team that can make the Final Four. They've done it. They've done it as a higher seed. They play a crazy schedule every year. That's a reason they're the 9 seed. They're not the 9 seed based off merit of like their wins. Like, I'm trying to think of some of these, like TCU.
Mm-hmm.
No, these guys had to play Purdue twice. They play Indiana. They play Illinois. They played James Madison. They played Baylor. They played Duke. They played Arizona. Did they win many of those games? No. But they play a tier fucking 1A schedule. They are always one of the hardest teams. Like, and that probably just battle tests them throughout the year.
No, I can agree.
I think they played Tennessee this year too.
Did they? Okay.
Something silly. Like, they play a tough schedule every year. And the Big Ten's a gauntlet.
Yeah, it is.
Northwestern ain't no slouch. Nebraska's no slouch.
Wisconsin. Not bad. Illinois.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean...
What can I say?
It's Big Ten is quietly a pretty decent conference basketball-wise.
And it's the first game of the slate. First game of the tournament. Go green, go white. Not going to be able to watch it. Sorry, be at work. Sucks. You'll be in my spirit, and my money will probably be on you. Go figure.
We know that. I'm surprised that that's only a second tier bet for you.
Every single year I got to watch these guys fail at some point. They haven't won a title since I was a literal child. They've come close. My mind is always set on them Final Four, but never winning. So, another year, another Final Four, MSU, let's get it.
Okay. And by the way, that the NC State Texas Tech game is in Pittsburgh.
It's in
Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh.
PA.
Oh man, yeah,
Yeah.
NC State. Okay, I like that.
Hey. Okay, I got a
Little
second
advantage.
one. This is a second solid one. Western Kentucky versus Marquette. Western Kentucky is Marquette, I'm sorry, is favored by 14.5 points.
I've seen 14. I've
saw
seen 14 on DraftKings.
Okay, I'll take that one because I got Marquette.
Yeah, I do too. That is my other bet here too.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, that's next to MSU.
Okay.
I like. Well, spoiler alert. What's my other Final Four team?
Oh wow.
Marquette. I think I've given away all of my Final Four.
You have.
Fuck.
It's all good because
Creighton.
We'll go back over it because I gotta get my
Marquette,
Final Fours.
MSU. What's the other one I gave? Oh, I don't think I've given the last one. Haven't given the last one yet. Nope.
Okay.
There's one last one.
All right.
Gave 3 of the 4 away. Yep, that's my Final
those
Four
are
team.
those are your bets though. I gotta respect that.
Yep. So I love that 14 over Western Kentucky. Another team that had no business winning their conference championship. But, hey, I like that they do mini tournaments before the real tournament. So sometimes you get these teams in here that are under the radar flyers.
And I think that's where you can watch most of your. I know you can watch during the season, but like during the tournament, you can really see what teams are talking about, honestly, because they're trying to win that tournament, especially the ones that's trying to get in or that may be on the bubble, so to speak. So, you can kind of see what type of teams that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Now I didn't see all the tournament games, but I caught some of them. And I was able to, kind of grasp what I was looking for.
I didn't watch shit. I watched Yale hit the buzzer beater over Brown. That's the
I
extent
didn't
of my
watch that.
college basketball watching. That was it.
How does Yale look to you?
They're going to lose to Auburn by 1 billion.
Okay.
If Auburn comes out shooting, and
Okay.
as long as they're physical,
Well-
you should be fine.
What about I know Yale got some shooters on the team though.
Yeah, they got shoot. Yeah, it's
Probably undersized though.
But they're under.
assume.
Yeah, exactly. It's Yale. It's Yale. Come on, man.
They might pick and roll you to damn death, or
They're not gonna.
or backdoor you.
They're
That's
gonna
what I was
backdoor
looking
you
for.
to death. Yeah, there you go. They're backdooring you to death.
But not enough to make a
Doesn't scare
substantial
me.
run.
That would probably be in my 3rd tier. I'm just gonna write that down. Auburn, any number over Yale.
That's your 3rd tier.
That's if there is a 3rd tier, I guess.
All right.
My other, I like Marquette over Western Kentucky. We'll go to, I believe this is in the West. So, like, the last game on Friday, St. Mary's 5.5 over Grand Canyon. Little scary, but I like St. Mary's. They always have just size on, like, teams like this.
Okay, so we know nothing about Grand Canyon. I was asking you about Grand
I
Canyon.
don't know a damn thing about Grand Canyon. That's why I'm like,
I know it's in
a
2 or 3
place.
states, right, Grand?
Yeah, it's a place. I didn't know it's a school.
Right. Oh my goodness.
I go to school
man.
at the Grand Canyon.
What was that school in Indiana that kept covering for us? It was a crazy name.
IUPUI.
IUPUI. I know about them actually, and that was IUPUI. Yeah. I used to date this girl
They didn't
that
win
used to go to
any games.
IUPUI.
They didn't win. They won like 3 games.
Oh man, I ate good off of them for at least three games.
No, because the under kept hitting.
Yeah. I was hitting the under like, whoa. Okay, so do you have any more 2nd or 3rd or 4th tier?
I
bets?
really don't. No, we'll just do some takeaways of what you think's gonna happen in this tournament, and we'll get out of here. For me,
well, let's go over our Final Fours.
yeah, Final Four. I'll go over mine one more time because I didn't reveal the 4th one. Michigan State coming out of the East.
Of course.
Oh god, that's embarrassing. Marquette coming out of the West, or the Midwest, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Creighton coming out of the, I don't know, is that the East, South or the East? I don't know. Creighton's coming out of somewhere, and then coming out of the final one. Oh shit, I might be wrong on that. I think I have that wrong. Oh, dude, I'm totally wrong. MSU's not in my Final Four.
Really?
I don't believe they were in my Final Four. They are in my heart. Hold on. Ah, shit, I don't think I had that. Oh, no, they are in my Final Four.
Okay.
So my Final Four is Iowa State is the final team. They're going to take down UConn in the Elite Eight. That is just my belief. UConn might go down in the second round to FAU as well. Watch out for that. Iowa State over Michigan State in the Final Four. Creighton over Marquette in the Final Four. Iowa State over Creighton would be my play for the title. I like the way they're playing.
Oh, okay, that's different for sure. Okay, my Final Four. I got UConn coming out of the East.
No surprise.
Arizona, I'm not sure where they're at. I want to say West. I could be wrong.
Arizona is the Midwest, I believe. Okay. Or no, they're the West. Sorry.
Okay. I got Houston coming out of the South.
Nope. Pass.
And I have Creighton coming out of the Midwest.
Okay. All right. We got one of the same.
So I got let's see. I'm not sure who would be playing each other, but I do have my final teams would be UConn against Houston in the final.
Houston, 2-1 square.
Yes, and I got Houston. I'm sorry, UConn winning the whole thing.
That's very square of you. Yeah, I don't like that. I'll take the Cyclones.
Iowa State.
Crazy one to pick, but they've been playing really well.
They have been, actually. You're
and also,
right.
like, if you're playing in bracket pools with your friends, you might want to take a team that's not a blue blood, like this guy. There's going to be probably 30% of people will take UConn, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just fair.
Yeah.
I have nothing against that. I just don't think they're making it past the Elite Eight.
Well, it's like you had mentioned before. When's the last team that two-peated, in March Madness?
I have no idea. Can you tell me? Because I don't know.
I could go really old school with UCLA. Back in the day.
Yeah, Indiana maybe.
Maybe did they
in the 70s?
Yeah, could be IU.
I'm about to look that up. Kansas? Has Kansas done it?
Maybe during the Wilt Chamberlain years. That was in the 50s.
Oh, here's NFL news that just was told to me through my phone. Sorry, basketball, this gets put on hold. Chase Young plans to sign a 1-year, fully guaranteed $13 million deal with the Saints.
The Aints?
They need help on the interior line. I believe
they do.
Cam Jordan's retiring, if not.
Okay.
He's been in the league 14 years.
Yeah, he's been there for a minute.
Long-term pro.
I don't know about Chase Young though. He kind of disappointed me. With San Fran. I thought he would have more of an impact. Not to say that he's not a good player though, because he is. But I mean, I expected more.
Yeah, it was more common back in the day. Florida was the last. Yeah, Al Horford,
with
man.
Al Horford, Tim. I'm tripping.
Damn, I forgot. It was 607.
Noah was on the team. They had a bomb squad, man.
Super squad. Yeah, I forgot about that team. And then it was Duke before them, and then
Duke.
UCLA. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess Indiana never did one repeat.
Okay. All right, so that happened, what, maybe 20 years ago?
18 years ago.
18,
yeah.
okay.
So,
hey, it could happen. It might be time.
Happens once in a while. Hey,
My money says UConn gonna do that.
Hey, look at Scotty Scheffler, just won the Players.
True.
First player ever to repeat.
I mean.
At that tournament. It's a hard tournament to win.
He did it, man. And who was the last person to do that?
Never. No one ever did it.
Never.
At the Players. And then he won back-to-back weeks. He won Arnold Palmer the week before. So
he's breaking setting records up in his piece.
If you guys want anything to do with the Masters and Scotty Scheffler, you're going to get like a 4.5 to 1 with this guy. He's been unstoppable lately.
I might put my money on him.
I probably just fade it. Bet the top 10.
Okay. Oh, that's
or top 5. Sorry, it's always
or the field maybe.
I wouldn't bet the field. They ain't gonna give you nothing.
Right. That is gonna be.
But yeah, Florida. That was a great team.
Florida.
I just don't. I want to say UConn came close recently.
Well, that just about does it, I guess.
I guess.
Do you have anything else?
I mean, I got nothing else for you. We'll be back at some point. We're just gonna keep doing little podcasts here and there.
We ain't going nowhere.
Just something for you people. This will be titled "How to Make $1 Million." In 3 weeks, it's called Bet $2,000 on MSU to win it all. Or Bet $10,000
Oh,
on
my
MSU to
goodness.
win it all at 100-1.
So, okay, let me ask you this before we leave. Would you bet, I know Michigan State's your squad, would you bet Michigan State before you bet UConn to win it all?
Yeah, I'm betting Michigan State to win it all before I bet UConn. That's like a real bet I make because I'm one of the
That's a
people
real
that
bet.
waste money. Yeah,
Okay, all right.
easy. Yeah, it's like
Hey,
if I was to really think about it, yeah, that's gonna be in the budget.
you got it. Hey, as
The
long as it's already in the budget.
brackets, yeah, it's in the budget. There ain't gonna be much in the budget. Not betting a lot on this.
Nah,
in the
we
budget.
already made our mind. We're only playing what two brackets? I mean, we're not
Three.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
brackets.
3 brackets. I'm not. Yeah, but I bet the games more than I care about the brackets. I only put a couple bucks into the brackets.
I'll be betting the
It's-
games.
Yeah, I'll be
first, second, third round.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'll be betting the games pretty much the whole time if I see an edge.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll definitely see an edge with this college stuff.
You're
man.
gonna find an edge in one of these weeks. So
Oh, my
just
goodness, man.
pay a little attention, just a little attention. There's one every single year
Yeah.
that'll get you.
But pay attention, like
Yeah,
you
like
said. You know.
UNC St. Peter's a few years ago. It was like
Yeah.
8 points. It was like they crushed those guys, won by like 30.
Well, see, and last but not least, what I like about the tournament is that I usually watch all the games, honestly.
Yeah,
So then I
watch
know.
the first and second round.
Definitely.
At least to the Elite Eight. Sometimes
Yeah.
I don't watch the Final Four. It's kind of funny. That's for
Really?
that's for the people who are it's kind of like
Okay.
the Super Bowl. It's when you get to the Final Four, those are for the teams who, that's for the fans of those teams. Not really for me.
True. I watch the whole thing though, and then when I'm watching, I can see what team and how is good and how their style of play is. So the next game, if there's a different style of play, I can handicap that game a little bit better. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it makes me a better better. That doesn't say I always win.
Yeah,
But
or the upsets just happen. And
upsets
sometimes
just
the games-
happen,
and
yeah.
then the game's capped wrong. Like New
Exactly.
Mexico State's gonna be win a game against Clemson and then somehow be like a 3-point dog and they'll probably get killed. So
and it's all
tread
about the
lightly.
spreads too.
Yeah, tread lightly.
Tread
so.
lightly for sure.
Don't
fumble
the
that
tournament,
bag.
Though. We'll be back probably with more basketball. So see you later.
See y'all later.